It's 2 a.m. You're lying in bed, still struggling to sleep. Then suddenly, your chest tightens, sharp pain, your heart starts pounding. You can't get a full breath. Your first thought is the same one millions of people have. I'm having a heart attack. But hours later, after tests in the emergency room, your doctor tells you something surprising. Your heart is fine, the real cause, anxiety. Today, I'm going to explain why anxiety can create very real chest pain, what's actually happening inside your brain and body, and one breathing technique that can stop the spiral in minutes. Hi, I'm Dr. Air, quadruple board certified psychiatrist. I've treated thousands of people struggling with anxiety. There are 4 specific reasons anxiety creates chest pain. Number 1, muscle tension. When you are anxious, the muscles in your chest wall tighten. This includes your intercostal muscles, the muscles between your ribs, your chest wall muscles, and your upper back muscles. Constant tightening can create soreness, stabbing pain, or aching pressure, just like a muscle cramp in your chest. Think of it like this. If you clenched your fist for 10 minutes straight, your hand would hurt, right? Your chest muscles are doing the same thing during anxiety, clenching without you even realizing it. This becomes more common as we get older, especially for adults juggling decades of accumulated stress. For women navigating perimenopause or menopause, declining estrogen can make muscles more reactive to stress. But the mechanism is the same for everyone. Chronic tension creates real pain. Just like with 44-year-old Henry, he had his first anxiety episode during a client presentation. Out of nowhere, his chest felt like it was being crushed. His vision tunneled. His heart felt like it was going to explode. He excused himself, went to his car and called 911. The paramedics checked his vitals. Everything was normal. 2 weeks later, it happened again. Then again. Within 3 months, he was avoiding crowded restaurants, driving on highways, and even attending his daughter's school events. Now, chest pain is one of the most frightening symptoms people experience with anxiety and panic attacks, and it's one of the most misunderstood. When your brain activates the fight or flight response, it triggers a cascade of physical changes designed to help you survive a threat. Your heart rate speeds up, your breathing becomes fast and shallow, your muscles tense, stress hormones flood into your system. All of that happens in seconds. This creates a vicious cycle. You feel chest pain, you think something is wrong with your heart. That thought triggers more anxiety, more adrenaline, more chest tightness, more pain. Your body's reacting as if you're in mortal danger, even when you're sitting in a meeting, lying in bed, or standing in line. Your brain can't tell the difference between an anxiety attack and actual danger. To your amygdala, the fear center of your brain, both situations look identical. So every time you have chest pain from anxiety, your brain files it away as evidence that the world is dangerous. This creates a feedback loop. You become afraid of having another episode, which increases your risk of another episode. Number 2, hyperventilation. Anxiety changes how you breathe. You start taking rapid, shallow breaths. This lowers carbon dioxide levels in your blood, which can cause chest tightness, dizziness, tingling, and air hunger. This is one reason panic attacks feel like you can't breathe. Here's the twist. Your body is actually getting too much oxygen and not enough carbon dioxide. But your brain interprets this as suffocation. So you breathe faster, which makes it worse. It's like trying to put out a fire by pouring gasoline on it. In a minute, I'll show you the exact breathing technique that reverses this. But first, you need to understand the third reason. Number 3, acid reflux and the gut-brain connection. Anxiety affects your digestive system. Stress increases stomach acid reflux and esophageal irritation. This can cause burning, chest pain, or pressure behind the breastbone in front of your chest, which can easily be mistaken for heart pain. Your gut and your brain are in constant conversation. In fact, 90% of your serotonin, the neurotransmitter most anxiety medications target, is made in your gut, not your brain. If your gut is inflamed or imbalanced, your brain feels it. Studies show that people with anxiety often have altered gut microbiomes. Number 4, adrenaline and heart sensations. When adrenaline surges, your heart may beat faster, harder, or skip beats. This can create chest pressure, pounding, or fluttering. The sensation itself can trigger even more anxiety. Your brain says, something's wrong with my heart. Your amygdala escalates the alarm. More adrenaline, more chest pain, more fear, and the cycle continues. This is the one brain chemical I promised to explain. Adrenaline. It's your body's emergency hormone. When your nervous system is stuck in overdrive from years of stress, hormonal shifts, or metabolic dysfunction, adrenaline keeps flooding your system even when there's no emergency. So why does anxiety chest pain feel so convincing? One reason is that the brain is wired to protect you. When it senses chest discomfort, it immediately scans for danger. Because we associate chest pain with heart attacks, the brain escalates the alarm. This creates fear, triggering increased adrenaline, which in turn leads to more symptoms and more fear. It's a self-amplifying loop. It is important to distinguish between chest pain from anxiety and chest pain that's likely a heart attack. Features of chest pain due to anxiety include pain that moves or changes location, pain that worsens with stress, chest tenderness when pressing on muscles, pain during panic attacks, normal heart tests in the past, and often the pain improves once anxiety calms. So when is chest pain not due to anxiety? This is critical. You must seek medical help immediately if the chest pain is new and severe, crushing or heavy pressure, spreading to your arm, jaw, or back, associated with sweating, accompanied by nausea or fainting, occurring with shortness of breath, and especially if you have risk factors like heart disease, diabetes, smoking, or high blood pressure. Rule out medical causes first. Always, when in doubt, get medical attention. This could be the difference between life and death. Now, let me teach you that breathing technique I promised. It's called box breathing, and it's one of the fastest ways to stop chest pain from anxiety in its tracks. Navy SEALs use this technique, and it has been proven to be very effective. Here's how it works. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. Exhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. Repeat for 1 to 2 minutes. This rhythm activates your vagus nerve, the main highway between your brain and your body that controls your parasympathetic nervous system. Think of it like hitting the emergency brake on a runaway train. Within seconds to minutes, your heart rate slows, your blood pressure drops, your body gets the signal, we're safe. I've seen this work in real time with patients who thought nothing could stop their chest pain. And one very important thing you need to do regularly and consistently to help with anxiety is sleep. If you're struggling with sleep, which is one of the strongest drivers of next day anxiety, I've created a free guide that walks you through the exact steps to naturally optimize your sleep. The link is in the description below. Now back to Henry. We didn't just give him medications and send him home. We did his micronutrient testing and replenished deficiencies. We optimized his sleep, added vitamin D, started him on magnesium and methylated B vitamins. We taught him box breathing, which he did every morning and whenever he felt chest tightness coming on. We encouraged an anti-inflammatory diet and yoga. Within 6 weeks, he was doing much better. If you want to understand the full picture of what's driving your anxiety, including how blood sugar swings, inflammation, mitochondria, and gut health aggravate anxiety, watch this next video.